Okay guys, in this video I'm going to talk about how to manage your revolving account and credit card balances to get the highest score possible. So starting with one of the myths that I hear all the time is that you should keep your credit card balances at 30% of the credit limit. That is a myth, it's false. In fact, you're supposed to keep your credit card balances at close to zero or 2% on only one or two credit cards. If you have multiple credit cards, keep a balance of 1 or 2% of the entire credit limit on one or two of the cards, and the rest keep them at zero. But do use your cards at least every 2 to 3 months. So here are 3 rules on how to utilize your revolving account credit cards and to use them wisely to get the highest possible score increase. Use your credit cards at least once every 90 days. If you don't use it at least once every 90 days, that's going to ding your credit score. And if you don't use the credit card for about 6 months, they're going to either shut down your credit card or the credit card will stop factoring into your credit score altogether as an open credit card. Now, number 2, you want to make sure your balance is paid down before the billing cycle ends. And this is not to be confused with the due date. More on that in a little bit. And the next thing is do not close any old credit cards. The older the credit cards, the better. Now, what is the impact on credit scores from credit card balances and high credit card balances? If you're 100% maxed out, the score is hit by 60 to 100 points at least. If you're 50% maxed out on all your credit card across the board, you're going to be hit by 30 to 50 points. And if you're 30% maxed out, the score is going to be hit by 15 to 20 points. So if you're 100% maxed out, you pay down the credit cards, you could expect at least a 60 to 100 point score increase. Now, you could also be hit by a score drop if you're over the limit on your credit card. For instance, if you have a $500 credit card and you're using $502 of the balance, that could basically get you an additional hit. Now, a lot of people think that paying down their credit card balances on the due date is going to reflect on their credit report. That is a myth. The fact is that whatever balance shows on your statement, that is what the credit bureaus pick up for that particular month. So the credit bureaus look at what was the balance on your statement when it came out, not what you paid on your due date as such. So we're going to look into this a little bit further here. Now, the way to find out is when your billing cycle ends and when to pay off your credit cards. That's basically what's going to tell you on how and when to pay off your credit cards. Number 1, look at your billing cycle end date on your credit card statement. So for instance, here, the billing cycle ends on 12/8. So that means that on 12/8, whatever the balance showing on my statement was, that's what got sent to the credit bureaus as such. So look at your credit card statement, look at when the billing cycle ends, and you want to pay off your credit card balances 2 to 3 days before the billing cycle ends. And the next thing you want to basically do is as soon as you pay off the balance, wait for the billing cycle to end, and within 2 or 3 days of the billing cycle end date, the credit bureaus will automatically start reporting that balance on your credit card. So over here, what happened is, this is my own personal credit card, by the way. My billing cycle ended on 12/8, and it showed that I had a 0 balance on there. So that meant within 2-3 days of 12/8, the credit bureaus would have picked up my 0 balance and would have been reporting me as having a 0 balance on my credit report. So that is how you maintain your credit score, by paying down balances in a timely fashion. Hope this video was helpful.